Last week, we celebrated the memory of one of our longtime synagogue members, Aaron Turko, of blessed memory. In doing so, his wife Ellen had some of his stories read. One, the car trip, is particularly powerful, and I want to share it with you sitting before my car as we mark Israel's 77th year as a modern Jewish nation. This story, which takes place in Israel, is called The Car Trip, and it goes as follows. History is often shaped by seemingly insignificant events. Something may happen, and it can make a whole chain of events not happen. This story, shortened a bit by me, is about what happened to Aaron and his friend Ori when they went for a drive in Ori's brand new car in the spring of 1971. Ori became a well-known psychiatrist in Israel, but at the time, as Aaron writes, he was my best friend and my roommate in the Hebrew University student dormitories on Mount Scopus. Ori should have died, but he didn't. Ori had been called for Army Reserve duty and sent to a border outpost on the Suez Canal. The Egyptians sent a few mortar shells his way, and one of those shells exploded too close for comfort. He was knocked unconscious. When he woke up on a gurney in a speeding ambulance, his right hand was mangled. 6 months in Hadassah Hospital followed, where surgeons rebuilt his hand into a stub with 2.5 fingers, barely functional. Still, Ori didn't lose his spark. He returned to Hebrew University, moved back into his dorm, resumed his studies, and bought a car. As a disabled veteran, he was exempt from the 300% import duty on cars, so he scraped together enough money for a brand new, duty-free Ford Escort. He got his license on a Thursday. That Sunday, he pulled up to my parents' apartment, honked and yelled, "Hey, Aaron, want to go for a ride?" "Sure," I said, climbing in, high on new car smell and the gleam of the fresh vinyl seats. "You're very brave," he said. "I'm a brand new driver, you know." "Yeah, but what could go wrong?" Aaron said. We cruised through Tel Aviv, chatting, relaxing. He turned onto a quiet residential street with roses in bloom and green lawns, and bam! Ori slammed on the brakes. Standing inches from our bumper was a little old man. Unharmed, calm as could be, the little old man turned, gave us an icy smile, then walked away without a word. We sat there stunned and grateful. 1 second later, and Ori would have hit him, killed him. His future medical career? It would never have happened. Jail time? Likely. A tragedy, yes, but there was more. We recognized the man instantly. He'd once been a guerrilla leader, a wanted man, later a parliament member. At the time, he was a political has-been. His name? Menachem Begin. Years later, he'd returned to power, become Prime Minister of Israel, sign the Camp David Accords, which led to peace between Israel and Egypt, and him winning the Nobel Peace Prize, along with President Anwar Sadat. To this day, I wonder, writes Aaron, what if Ori, who survived the attack at the Suez Canal, what if he had hit Begin? God forbid. Would there still have been peace between Israel and Egypt? Would the Middle East look different today? On that spring morning in 1971, history may have hinged on one thing: whether my friend's brand new car stopped in time.